Hi guys, this is Tiffany. I am doing a little presentation for you guys over increasing employee satisfaction, engagement, and retention within the Tilly's culture. I'm currently an assistant manager for the company, and this is just a little something I put together that I feel like will help overall the Tilly's culture. So first off, a little bit about what I am doing overall is this presentation is to show how Tilly's can benefit from changing current policies to increase employee satisfaction rates. There are several factors and influences that affect employee satisfaction on a daily basis, and to promote longevity in the company and increase satisfaction, the culture must be changed to mirror the expected results. So overall, it's just a little bit of information over what can be harmful and what can be beneficial as to different changes in policies with the company. So the policies that we're going to cover are employee satisfaction, employee engagement, employee turnover rate, and then we're also going to go over how Tilly's rewards employees and how current Tilly's employees view employee treatment conditions. So Tilly's is a lifestyle specialty retailer within the casual clothing sector and caters to young adults, boys and girls through apparel, footwear, and accessories. The main focus of Tilly's is to create a brand that has clothing for every style and stays with the current social and economic trends throughout the North American region, specifically within the United States. Even with the growth and increase in capital by Tilly's, the company is still at risk for poor employee satisfaction, employee engagement, and employee retention due to the current policies in place. Tilly's currently struggles with these forces in the workplace and culture. To determine which area was more correct in their explanation, a study was conducted. The study compares employee stress levels to the workload and expectations in day-to-day tasks and activities, how stress levels compare to employees' thoughts of potentially leaving the business, and how these stress levels help motivation. The results will be discussed later in the presentation. So why changing policies is beneficial to Tilly's employee satisfaction. Employee satisfaction, as referred to by Custom Insight, is defined as employee satisfaction is the extent to which employees are happy or content with their jobs and work environment. So a little bit about that is job satisfaction is the bare minimum requirement to get the job done. This means that the employee will come to work and may have no complaints about their day-to-day tasks, but do not go the extra mile. The difference between employee engagement, which I'm going to go over in just a moment, and that is that employee engagement is a much deeper level than employee satisfaction. So employee engagement, as defined by Custom Insight as well, is the extent to which employees feel passionate about their jobs, are committed to the organization, and put discretionary effort into their work. So this is how much effort they actually put in and what the dedication is that they have towards the company and the organization. Next, we talk about employee turnover rate. So how many people leave an organization are then replaced by new employees in a given time frame. That's a definition from Office Vibe. Every organization is affected by turnover and are unable to completely get rid of the turnover rate because there will always be some sort of turnover. The biggest part of turnover rate is the need to make sure it is evaluated depending on the organization. So it's super crucial, especially in retail, because it is a high turnover rate industry, to make sure that it is on the lower end of the spectrum so resources are not being used and wasted. So Tilly's rewards employees in these various different ways. So employees get 20% off of everything in the store all the time. They get store recognition as a team instead of individually. Tilly's Elite is a sales production for sales associates and lead sales to go on a trip to California to be promoted to how much they had actually produced, and only the number one person in each region goes. They get sales production rewards such as Employee of the Month or what we call shout-outs. And then we have occasional gift cards, which are very few and far between. So those are just a few of the rewards that they offer. This is slightly different from other companies such as American Eagle, who give employees 40% off all the time and then 40% off of floor sets up to 8 items a month. And then same with PacSun, they get 20% off of everything all the time, and they get 40% off of new product. So there's a little bit of a change compared to Tilly's, so less benefits, most of the time more work. So how do current Tilly's employees view employee treatment conditions? Through the study conducted, we measured 8 different topics, including happiness, work ethic, workload, engagement, wages, satisfaction, expectations, and culture. With these, they were on a ranking scale from 1 to 10, and not a single topic scored a 10. Most employees feel like wages are way below the average for other retailers, and the highest ones overall are the workload and expectations. Employees feel like the workload and expectations somewhat correlate with the other parts of the business. So what are the benefits and risks of offering this? Benefits of the new reward system would be increased employee engagement. Offering a new employee reward system will allow employees to feel a new sense of pride and engagement in their current position. This will also allow Tilly's to retain employees rather than having such a high turnover rate. Implementing a new reward system allows employees to feel more valued, such as a higher discount per transaction on a normal basis, as well as other rewards for performance. The more often the employee is rewarded for good behavior, the more likely the employee is to do more in day-to-day tasks and activities. Secondly, there is increased wages. Compared to other companies, Tilly's offers very low wages, which in turn causes employees to not feel valued, or the poaching opposite company is able to obtain these employees in a quick manner. Raising the wage for employees at each level, including associates, can in turn create a better culture. This will also change employees' attitudes in the workplace and towards the job. Finally, a decreased turnover rate. Increasing wages, increasing employee satisfaction, and increasing employee engagement can decrease the turnover rate, which allows the company to save on resources such as training, hiring costs, and leaving positions open. In turn, this allows employees to have more growth opportunity within the company due to being with the company in a longer period. Now, obviously, there are always risks involved with any type of offering. So one of the major risks is high wage costs. Higher wage costs can cause a company to go into extreme debt if the income to debt ratio is not at a feasible rate. Too many wage changes at a too high rate can cause employees to lose their jobs rather than increase motivation due to the store closing because it cannot cover costs. So making sure that they are equal is really important. Employee advantage. Employees may take advantage of these changes, and there is no change to their work ethic or engagement. This would cause the company to spend money on an individual and in turn receive no benefits from the use of engagement. And then finally, creating more competition in the workplace. If employees are doing their best, then they are more likely to compete to get raises, rewards, and incentives. Instead of a more unified front, it causes employees to become more hostile and less likely to be beneficial in their workload. Final recommendations. So, slowly implementing wage costs across the country just allows the company to be more dedicated and to not put themselves in a financial crisis. Instilling better policies that allow the creative mind to have some gain, allowing employees to be creative and create this policy along with the corporation allows employees to feel empowered to their own rights, and then creating a study to show the impact of changes in the workplace. The more studies conducted for every store on how things can improve, and evaluating each employee's workload by title and expectations can be beneficial in developing a new plan for employees. And finally, there are my references. Thank you for your time and have a great rest of your day.